What's going on, guys? Kieran from Fingers Crossed, and welcome back to the channel if you are one of my 431 subscribers at the time of recording this video, and welcome to the channel if you are not one of those 431, sorry. But yeah, so probably not the first profile I was expecting to do once the structure deck's released, but looking through YouTube, I've seen that there's no other that I could see branded Tribrigade deck profiles. So here is the first one, hopefully the first one of many to come on not only my channel but on YouTube in general, because Yu-Gi-Oh is about getting other people's opinions. And yeah, let's see what I've come up with. So starting off with, of course, I'm gonna do it a little bit different today. I'm going to play 3 Tribrigade Fractal. So Fractal, they all have all the Tribrigade monsters have the same effect, aside from the new one. But you can banish Beast, BBWs, Beast Warrior, Beasts, or Winged Beast monsters from your graveyard, and then you can link summon that way, depending on how many you'd like. So like banish 2, you get to summon link 2, banish 3, you get to link 3. Etc. But for now, 3 Fractal, you discard him and then you get to Foolish Burial another one, and the one that you would usually Foolish Burial would be Kit. Kit is a newer one. Hopefully we get like an Ultra or a Secret in the Megatins this year. That would be nice, just to really like max out the deck, because everything else is an Ultra, I believe, Secret or Ultra, so that would be nice. 3 Kit. My ratios are a little bit different than normal, because I am playing Rescue Cat. So 3 Kit. Kit also, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can Foolish Burial a Tribrigade card. So not monster cards. So you can, there are like combos where you can send like Tribrigade Rendezvous, and then it's basically like a Balinx in the graveyard for co-linked linked monsters. Then we've got 3 Keras. I'm playing 3 Keras because I'm playing Brandon and High Spirits, which you'll see later, and the fact that these 2 are beasts is extremely important. So yep, playing 3 of him. So also he's like an extender, so you can discard a BBW and then you can special summon him. So he's a good extender. Then we're only playing 2 Nerval. So the reason I'm only playing 2 Nerval is because I didn't want to play too many cards in this deck, and you can loop this with like Revolt and stuff like that anyway. But the main focus is the 2 beasts, so I wanted to have those option to get to those anyways. And with Fractal sending Kit, which sends Nerval, you can add Keras. So there's the chain that you want to be going down. For our brand new Tribrigade, we're playing 2 Mercuria. So Mercuria is basically a negate if you have a monster that lists Fallen of Albaz on the field. So while you control a fusion, and then you can negate that effect, which is pretty good. And then also the second effect, if this card is banished and it is a Winged Beast, so you can send it from Kit, for example, then normal summon something, banish it, you get a search for a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that specifically lists Fallen of Albaz. So very, very good synergy within the deck. And again, I only think that you need to play 2. In my opinion. Then for the last kind of, well, not last beasts, but we now have 3 Rescue Cat. So Rescue Cat is basically such a good plus, because you basically normal summon this and then you tribute it to get a Tribrigade Kit and a Keras, which allows you to go into Ferrigit, and then obviously Kit will send Nerval, Nerval will add something, and then Ferrigit will be able to special summon that, and then you'll be able to go on your plays that way. Very, very good. I actually prefer this build, because I think Rescue Cat is just so good, and it's just good Imperm bait or Veiler bait, because when you normal summon this, they will respond straight away, because they don't have a chance, because it sends itself to the graveyard for cost. So they can't do anything then. So it's pretty nice. For our last beasts, we're playing 2 Spriggan's Kit. Yeah, what more can you say? Like, it's a new card. It adds, when this card is normal or special summoned, and you can special summon it if you have a Fawn of Albaz fusion monster on your field or in your graveyard, which is quite easy to do with branded and high spirits. So you can do it that way, special summon it, and then you get to add a branded spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Very, very good. You do have to shuffle one back, which is kind of what happens with the Tribrigade monsters, but that's absolutely fine because you can shuffle back bricks or things that you just don't need in your hand. So like hand traps you possibly don't need for that matchup, or if you draw a branded fusion that you want to put back so you can send it off Verte, is very, very good. But yeah, that's it for all of the like beast warriors, beasts, and wing beasts. Moving on into this next part of this, so we've got 2 Fallen of Albaz. It actually synergizes with the deck really well. Like with branded fusion now, this is why you send it, but you can also summon it from Brigand, or there's many other ways to do it. But yeah, I play 2 just because if you do draw 1 and you kind of brick, like heavily brick, then maybe branded fusion is enough just to see out the game. We've got 1 Albion the Shrouded Dragon. Very, very good card. It's basically like a plus 1.5 in a way, because essentially this is good discard fodder, so you can put it to your grave, and then in the grave you can Foolish Burial, say Screams of the Branded, then in the end phase you set Screams of the Branded, and you get to draw 1 card with this and put it back. So it's pretty good. Then we've got 1 Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous. Just one of these I think is enough. You won't want to play more in my opinion. It's just like another light target that you will be able to add back from branded fusion. But yeah, just 1's enough. I'm really disappointed because I thought this card would be better. It's very good in Sword Soul, but just for like Albaz matchups and stuff like that, unless you go in second, it's just not great. But yeah, that's the last lineup for the monsters. Moving on into hand traps, we're just playing the 3 Nibiru. I think Nibiru is just a really strong against like a lot of rogue decks like this, or mid-range decks like Steel. Depending on Sword Soul's hand, you can Nibiru Sword Soul before they make a Baron and stuff like that. So it's really nice to just like, it's just a good blowout card in my opinion. Then I think the best hand trap of the format is gonna be Ghost Bell. So 3 Ghost Bell I think is the best one, because there'll be a lot of like branded variations of things around, and this stops Lubellion, this stops branded in red, and all in all it's just a good hand trap. So I think this format is going to be very good. And then lastly we're just playing the 2 Impermanence. I might add a 3rd because like 9 hand traps I always feel is quite nice. It gives you a good chance to open at least 1. I don't like to play like 15 hand traps like a lot of decks do, because I like to still be able to play, or I prefer to just play through interruptions rather than just playing through nothing. But yeah, it's just my particular opinion. So yeah, that's it for the hand trap lineup. Again, I'll probably add another Infinite Impermanence. I think that will put me to 43 cards. Then the way this deck functions is branded and high spirits. So you reveal a monster in your hand, send 1 level 8 or 8 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard that has 2000 attack or defense. Discard the revealed monster, and if you do, add 1 Fawn of Albaz or 1 monster that lists that card in its text. So it's very good to like add the Albion, like I said. So you reveal like Kit in your hand, you send Kit to the graveyard, you send Brigand from your extra deck. Brigand will let you add Mercuria in the end phase, and then Kit will be able to send Nerval. Nerval gets you to add, and then obviously you just normal summon that and you get to play. So very, very good. And then obviously if you've managed to go to full combo in your opponent's turn, you'll be able to Mirror Jade, send another card to the graveyard, you'll add off that, and then you'll be able to add this back to your hand in the end phase. So very, very good. It is kind of like a longer +1 I guess, but it does happen. 2 branded fusion. Because of how much you can shuffle back with this deck, 2 is probably wrong. It's probably best to play 1 and then add the 3rd Infinite Impermanence. But to be honest, I just wanted it for follow-up. Like if you resolve it once, there's no, I don't play the counter trap, so you can't shuffle it back. So personally, I think that playing 2 is nice, just in case you want to activate another one. Got 1 Tenki, adds Fractile. 1 Called by the Grave, because it's just a good card. Like, it's just a good card. There are situations that they don't Impermeable Veiler your rescue cat, but you tribute it and then they ash it, and then you can Called by the Grave that, so that feels pretty nice. And that's it for the spells. We're just playing the, what was that, 7 spells? We don't need any more. Then for our traps, we're just playing the 3 Revolt. I would always side, if I'm not playing against like a grindier game, or I feel like I could close the game out without the 3rd, I would just side 1 out. But 3 I always like to play, just because if you open it, it gives you more options of what you can do. You don't always have to go and search, like do the play to get to it. So yeah, I just prefer to play the 3, because I would prefer to open it, I'm not gonna lie. Then we've got 1 Screams of the Branded. Like, this is an option that you can send from Albion, then obviously it gets set in the end phase if Albion was in the graveyard, and then you get to draw a card from the Albion. This is basically a monster reborn for fusion, so if you do end up making Mirror Jade and then shuffling it, they make it leave the field, you get to blow stuff up in the end phase, and then on resolution you should be able to just Screams of the Branded, bring it back. So pretty good in that regards. And then finally, I'm playing 1 Branded Sword. So obviously there is the combo that you send this to the graveyard, and then you can banish this to add Mercuria back to your hand, so that you have the negate. So this is basically you banish, and you can add a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that lists it from your banish to your hand. So yeah, pretty good. Very, very good card. It's nice for just like recur and stuff, and getting the Mercuria back into your hand. Moving on into the extra deck, so we have 1 Almirage. So this is for like the bricky hands where you can just normal summon Kit and then go to the grave, then like link it off for Almirage, or for the hands with Nerval, like it just gets your plays going, gets you started. 1 Ancient Warrior Dragon Lords, very good. Just bouncing a send a card, so it's pretty good that it sends. We got 1 Verte. Verte obviously is so that we can get into our Mirror Jade. Very, very nice. Then we got 1 Fergit. Fergit again, very nice card. It's like the main combo one. Then we've got, unless you special summon from your hand, we've got Bearbrom. That basically gives you access to your Revolt. It does have the first effect where you can like discard 2 cards and then target one of your banished level 4 lower beast, beast warrior, wing beast monsters and special summon it, but it very rarely comes up, but you never know. We've got 1 Rugal. Sometimes this is really good just to go into access code. That is basically what it is. It's instead of Nightmare Phoenix. No, Unicorn, sorry. Nightmare Unicorn is the link 3 that gets you into access to make access 53, which is nice. We play 2 Shuraig. Played 2 Shuraig. I really wanted to play a 3rd, but I just did not know what to cut. Potentially you could cut Access Code Talker, but then you kind of don't need Rugal, you know? So then you're cutting that as well. You could cut Ancient Warriors, but I don't know, it's difficult. I would have liked to play a 3rd one though, I won't lie. And of course, as mentioned, Access Code Talker, very good to just close out games. It's absolutely very outrageous. You have plenty of links and Dark, Earth, Fire, I believe that's Earth as well, yeah, Earth, Wind, Fire, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of different attributes that you can just pop off, and obviously if you make these correct, like you do Fergit now within the combo, then you can special them back from Revolt if you banish them, so that you can then use them for access code to banish and pop. So pretty nice. Next, the one that helps us with our combos in this build is Brigand. So again, it's a beast, so you can send it with Branded in High Spirits, because if you've got Kit or Keras in your hand, and then in the end phase, it doesn't really come up the first effect, so I just won't bother. It can't be like other monsters can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by battle and stuff like that. Doesn't really come up. But in the end phase, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 Tribrigade monster or 1 Fallen of Albaz from your deck. So you can add Mercuria from this, or you can add like a Fractile for follow up and stuff like that. So very, very good card. just for this build, obviously. I wish it had a better first effect. The fact I can't beat Straw of a Battle is kind of nice, but yeah, is what it is. Got one Titaniclad. So Titaniclad is basically just here because it's a good super poly target, and it's nice to make again to close out games. It's another way to close out games because you can make it like 3-7, depending on what you use. If you go up against like trains, you can make it like crazy numbers because they've got like level 10s and rank 10s and stuff like that. So yeah. On Albion, you obviously need to use a light monster, and then you can make this, and then there's fusion summons again by banishing materials. Then we've got, which is actually kind of nice because if you have Mercuria in the grave and then you somehow make this and then you banish Mercuria, then Mercuria gets you to add. So it does come up. It is kind of funny. Then we've got one Lubellion, the Searing Dragon. This is one of the ways that you're going to discard Albion to get into the graveyard, or you can discard your branded sword and stuff like that. So nothing really is a brick because either they have a graveyard effects or the discard just does, or you can shuffle things back. So there's not really any bricks, which is nice. Then lastly, one Mirror Jade. This card is absolutely bonkers, guys. It's absolutely outrageous. So it takes a Fallen of Albaz, a Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link monster. So within the combo you use a Fallen of Albaz and Bear Brom. And then it basically is a non-target in banish, and you get to foolish, like say a Brigand to the graveyard. So that's cost as well, so you'll always get the cost add, which is nice. So you send for cost and then you get to add, then you get to non-target and banish a face-up monster. So yeah, pretty good. And then if they do out this anyway, a Kaiju, super poly, attacking over it anyway, then this is destroying your opponent's monsters in the end phase, which is just gnarly, guys. So guys, hope you enjoyed that deck profile. Yeah, again, not what I thought I would upload first. I thought I'd do a Despia one, but everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. All the meta sheep are putting those out there, and again, I've seen no Tribrigade ones just yet. So yeah, I went for it. I think the next few will also be the like not meta. So maybe like I have a Sword Soul build that's kind of cool. I have a Spriggans build, which again is kind of cool. And then maybe a Go Second Albaz, and then finally maybe I'll do a Despia one. Well, but yeah, I just let it cool down a little bit because everyone's just pumping out that Despia content. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, I do really love the deck. I love all these. Like the only deck that I've not played or don't enjoy as much is Sword Soul. I've only played it a few times, but yeah, I think all of the archetypes within Albaz lore are amazing. And yeah, I won't keep it too much longer. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.